Let's talk about what we learned about what this college football playoff selection committee thinks is important, what it doesn't think is important, and how they took their own rankings and screwed them up royally while also throwing Missouri under the bus and perhaps giving Iowa just a little too much friggin' credit for, simply being Iowa. It's wild. Let's talk about it. What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year-round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. What is your biggest takeaway from the Week 12 College Football Playoff Selection Committee rankings as you see it? Because I got 4 that we got to get into, and I want to take time to get into each one of those. But for the folks that perhaps just getting out of dinner or missed Booger McFarland and Greg McElroy trying to play nice with this ACC conversation, Mac Rhodes fumbling over whether or not Texas Tech should be a top 4 school and what the hell they're doing with Miami and what they think of the ACC, I'm going to go through the top 25 for you right quick, right? So 25, we got Cincinnati, which feels like a filler there. Number 24, you got South Florida. That is the first group of 6 team to be represented here, but it's not the right group of 6 team to be represented here, and I find that to be fishy and or a problem, not just for me, but for the committee down the road here, because the American, the Sun Belt, even the Mountain West and Conference USA should have some things to say about this on down the line. Number 23, Tennessee, idle last week. 3-loss team, no top 25 wins, but you're going to rank them. Bold move, Cotton. Okay, number 22, Pitt, I think could be the best ACC team that there is, but they haven't yet earned it in a way that, say, some others have. They have an opportunity to pick up a big non-conference win against Notre Dame this week. I mean, Pat Narduzzi said the quiet part out loud, and so did Joey McGuire about just what this game means. It's like, is this a must-win game for you? It's absolutely not. It's not even an ACC game. I only care that we win the next 2. I could give a crap about what we do against Notre Dame. Obviously, he's taking a flyer here, but he's saying the quiet part out loud about we let this team operate like an independent and get all of the perks of being an independent and none of the disadvantages of being one. That needs to stop. Now, he didn't say that, but when you got a coach that can say with a straight face, I don't care if I beat Notre Dame or not, and you're in a race to win a championship and you're a top 25 opponent, the system is broken, not Pat Narduzzi. Now, they go get a win against Notre Dame. It's going to help them in the rankings. But to his point, it's not going to help them win the ACC championship game. And that's what they want to do. They want to get to the ACC title game. And from there, they can become the automatic qualifier as the highest ranked ACC team in the country. Although this committee, every committee, they be squirrely sometimes. Like, I keep waiting on them to rank somebody who lost a conference championship game higher than the team that won it. I don't know that they're that diabolical, but I would not put it past them. You know what I'm saying? I would not put it past them. Number 21, we got Iowa. I don't quite get it. They lost to Oregon. They lost to Indiana. They lost to Iowa State. They have not beaten a top 10 opponent the last 12 times they faced one. And yet this committee somehow believes that because you stomp out other teams that are unranked, you need to be a ranked team. I don't know, man. Every now and again, you got to beat a ranked opponent. That's how I feel about Tennessee, too. There are other teams that have some good wins or have fewer losses than both of those teams. And then you got number 20, you got Louisville, right? Louisville was a 18.5 point, near 19-point favorite against Cal. They lose that game. And I don't know about that team, but they take a dive to 20. Then you get Virginia at 19. Chandler Morris went down with an injury to the head early. And Daniel Kaline just ain't that guy. Just ain't that guy. Wake Forest picks up a pretty good win. You get Michigan at 18 off of being idle. USC get the win against Northwestern. Georgia Tech 8-1. They slide. Who's at 15? Miami. Off the strength of doing what? Beating a bad Syracuse team. We'll talk about it. Number 14, Vanderbilt. Number 13, Utah. Number 12, BYU. Down 5 after losing to Texas Tech. I think that's a bit unfair. It's their first loss season. Oklahoma at 11. Texas at 10. Both of those teams were idle last week. Notre Dame beat up on Navy, but who gives a damn? Oregon at 8. Ole Miss at 7. Then Tech jumps Ole Miss to 6. That I think I could deal with that. Number 5, Georgia. Number 4, Alabama. Number 3, A&M. Number 2, Indiana. Number 1, Ohio State. So there's a lot of things to pick out there, and a lot of things that I think we could have a good question answered about. But again, if you're just joining us now, just recapping the top 25 as I see it, and wanting to get through basically 4 takeaways that I got from these ranks. Matter of fact, you can read them at foxsports.com, where it's a little bit more, shall we say, concise. I always say I'm a great writer because, or actually, I'm a good speaker because I'm a great writer. Those two things work hand in hand for me. And as much as writing does take out of you, it's Byzantine in the process. You really can't do anything else while you do it. I am better at speaking about these things once I write down what I know and why I know it, right? That's how I figure some things out. Also figure some things out about just how to move around in this world that is becoming increasingly connected and increasingly online. And you're getting to see how these things are beginning to really get in our way. Thinking about the folks that, like myself, need to use the ESPN app to watch the college football playoff selection show because there's a turf war between YouTube TV and Disney, and it feels ridiculous. It feels stupid on both parts. And yet, here we are right in the middle of it because we use these devices in the way that we had. I signed up for YouTube TV years ago. Back when it was like $40 a month, but also as a power user of the platform and a guy who's been on the platform as a creator since 2017 and basically full-time since 2019. Yeah, this feels odd, but also take into account that YouTube makes $360 billion a year, and YouTube TV doesn't really rate for the platform. The platform itself, the one that you're watching this show on, that's the one that rates, and that's the one that ESPN is not going to pull their programming from, but they'll pull it from YouTube TV, which forces everybody to either sign up for something else like Hulu, Roku, or ESPN app, right? Among other things, to watch whatever the programming is. And they did this during football season, which feels heinous. Like, I understand it. It's a business tactics, negotiating tactic, but it's heinous. We've missed college football weekends and NFL weekends, which are sacrosanct in this country. Like, we love football. And I've used football to bridge many a gap. And the idea that you're going to throw a wedge in the middle of us wanting to watch football, you think that's going to end well for you? I don't see how that's going to work for you. I just don't see that working out. But I want to get to my 4 takeaways. But before I get to my 4 takeaways, I want to tell a story, I swear, that is worth your time about SeatGeek. All right. So I'm going to fix this on the vertical. I'm looking at the vertical video. If you're watching me on vertical, my bad, dog. This is nasty to look at right now. But I'm going to leave this up here just for a second before I get into the story, because SeatGeek is a presenting sponsor for Adapt and Respond in November, and it's very cool. I've actually thought about giving away some tickets that I might buy from SeatGeek to, say, Ohio State, Michigan, or Oklahoma, LSU. Maybe you'll tell me whether or not you think that's a good idea in the comments below. So I'm going to take this off just so it's not as nasty to look at on the vertical over there. Get that fixed. Shout out to the folks SeatGeek who understand the logo's there. Logo's there. So I used SeatGeek. I used SeatGeek last week to buy 3 tickets to Billie Eilish, who is playing tonight in Tulsa. She was playing Monday night. She's playing Tuesday night. And the way that this works is you use the app. You download the app on your phone. And if you use the promo code that is in the link in the description, you can get 10% off your first purchase. The link is ADAPT10. I'm supposed to show it up here, but that particular screen grab just ain't working out. It's one deal here. So knowing all of this, I looked at the I looked online and I was going, okay, what could I get the best deal for the people that I want to share this with? And SeatGeek had this thing where you could evaluate the tickets based on green dot, red dot, whatever. So I see the tickets and the fees, and I buy the tickets, but the order processing, which means that the tickets are going to be held by a third-party seller who is using the platform that's SeatGeek to sell those tickets till 48 hours, 24 hours before. 48 hours it come, my tickets did not show. 24 hours it come, my tickets did not show. So now I'm on the phone, literally on the phone with folks at SeatGeek going, hey, look, where are the tickets at, dog? And mind you, nobody knows that I am doing this ad, right? Nobody knows this because I don't want to tell you about things I don't use. Like, I don't like doing it. I will do it. I have done it, but I don't like doing it. So in these instances, like with SeatGeek, I took this opportunity to go, I could do something nice for them and I could test out the platform, see how this works. Well, it was getting real bad here in the morning because I still didn't have my tickets when I woke up. So I had a phone call in to a homie named Raphael at SeatGeek. And the man was like, look, I can do these things for you. We can go use the buyer's guarantee, which is huge, by the way, right? This is the thing that really made me feel good because it's like, am I just going to lose these tickets? And, you know, what some people spend on a mortgage in money on these tickets. And he's like, nah, dog, I got you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to contact seller and I'm set a deadline and I'm going to call you back. So he calls me back. Seller ain't still and said nothing. And he said, okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to pick out these sections over here. And I'm going to go get these tickets as a part of the guarantee, right? We're going to make this okay. If the seller washes out, we'll deal with that, but we're going to make sure that you, sir, the person who bought these tickets, are taken care of. So I picked out 3 sections and he said, hey, he got like an hour left. Let me go check in. He said, okay, give me till, noon my time. And then if you ain't got tickets by then, I'm just going to go ahead and make sure you get these. Then my tickets showed up and Raphael called me back and he said, hey dog, did this ticket show up? Because if he didn't, I'm ready to hit the button because it says they did. But if they didn't, I'm ready to hit the button. I said, nah, man, the ticket showed up. And that's what we're looking for, man. That a happy ending. So I got to send the tickets out to a mom and her 2 daughters, and they're at the concert right now as you're watching this. And I think that's one of the coolest things in the world. I really do. I got to do something nice. And even as I need to go through customer service, which is hell in this age of, am I on the line with an AI chatbot? Am I on hold times forever? Are you actually going to help me fix my friggin' problem? Or are you going to waste my friggin' time? That's not what happened with SeatGeek. I'm happy to say that, man. Like, really, like, we going to do a couple more of these throughout November. And if that ain't the kind of story that you want to hear in a mid-roll, I don't know what else I could do for you, because that would warm my heart today, dog. I even, had the little girls in tears because they had no idea that this was in the cards for them. It's very cool. But now that I have done that, I do want to get to these 4 takeaways. Is me basically going, all right, committee, roll them up. Hands is out. I don't like you. I don't like your kind. I don't like what you stand for. I feel like I need to have Not Like Us playing behind me anytime I talk about the college football playoff selection committee rankings, dog. What are y'all watching? Because it ain't football. What are you doing on Saturday? I want to know. Because it ain't football. You're not watching football. You're not watching the games. I get people to come in the comments after I do instant reactions on the games. They want to tell me one way or another. 90 times, 97-11. We watch the same game? Yes, we watch the same game. Why the hell you think I'm sitting here right after the game making this segment? So you can tell me I didn't watch the game? So do not do a top 25, right? And I got to give reasoning for my top 25, and I got to back my top 25, and I ain't got no Mac Rhodes to come out here in front for me. You know where I'm at. You hit me up on the X. I get children flying into my IG DM trying to tell me off and call me names because I didn't rank their team. I mean, I screenshot it, but I don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? That's some child going off, right? Some grown men going off, closing out the DMs and Twitter. People be sending me wild messages on Facebook, wild messages on Instagram, wild comments down here. I'm like, hey, part of the business. But you're not going to talk to me like I about this. Like, this is what I've been doing for the past 20 years, dog. Okay. So I say all that to say, damn, how wrong can y'all be? Like, all right, homie. This is the first takeaway. The committee loves Iowa. They absolutely, positively love them some Iowa Hawkeye football. They love them some Iowa Hawkeye football like Hayden Fry never left. Never left. And Mac Rose went out of his way to say so. Look, it's not just that they remain ranked after losing to Oregon. It's that they have not beaten a top 10 team. The last 12 times they played a top 10 team. They can't get it done. Some of this is because Kirk Ferentz refuses to acknowledge this invention called the forward friggin' pass. But they can't do it. All right? They can't do it. And yet, Mac Rhodes said when looking at Indiana, one of the things that led them to ranking Indiana above A&M is beating Iowa at Iowa. Same Iowa that lost to Iowa State. That Iowa? Okay. Hawkeyes don't really have a shot to make the college football playoff either because there are like 5 other Big Ten teams that are ranked ahead of them, including 2 that beat them in head-to-heads. So I'm like, what are you even doing with this ranking? Like, is Iowa just here to prop up Indiana and Oregon? Because if that's the case, that sucks. Now, USC might go beat the brakes off of Iowa this weekend, and then we might say sayonara. But good Lord, man. I would like to know what this committee would have done if Iowa had beaten Indiana or Oregon. It might be the number 1 freaking team in the country. I get called the dude that loves the Big Ten, but I'm trying to tell y'all, man, like, this is hard. I love Phil Parker, and I love that defense, but this is a top 25 team? Come on, man. Then you get to see that the Hoosiers are the apple of the college football playoff selection committee's eye. Now, importantly, Indiana's wins against Oregon and Iowa factored in to them remaining ranked ahead of Texas A&M alongside Texas A&M beating the crap out of Missouri, a ranked team, according to the College Football Playoff Selection Committee. Now, this is the part where I wanted to ball up my fist and go, what? So Mac Rose says, Indiana beating Oregon on the road, beating Iowa on the road matters to us. We thought that was really good. They find a way to find a way, which whatever the hell that means. Love Fernando Mendoza. Who doesn't? Who doesn't love a nerd who can ball? Who doesn't? But the A&M talk was, did they beat Missouri? Yes. Did they beat them like they stole something? Yes. But it was a true freshman at quarterback. And I'm like, wait, timeout, full timeout. Matter of fact, take the media timeout. We got to talk about this. Timeout. What do you mean it's just Missouri and they had a true freshman at quarterback? Are you telling me this is the same Missouri that you ranked the previous week in the top 25 that you either didn't know that they were going to start a true freshman quarterback like the rest of us, because it's public friggin' knowledge, or you're hypocritical about your own friggin' rankings. Both of those are sins. I hope for your sake it's negligence, because if it's hypocrisy, this is why we can't have committees. This is why the scoreboard needs to tell the story. Everybody wants to say, look at that team, who's better? Everybody wants to do that. Problem with that is we play this little thing called a game, and we use this thing called a scoreboard to actually empirically say who's better. So what was Missouri doing ranked in the first friggin' place if you were going to come out here and just tell us that they got a true freshman at quarterback that A&M went to school on? I do this for a living. It's my job. I don't know that the select committee sees this as their job. It's their hobby. They rank teams like I ride a bicycle. They rank teams like I watch Dragon Ball. Like I watch Dragon Ball Z. Like I play video games. They rank teams like I watch Lewis Hamilton in a crappy Ferrari. Ugh. Your mans need some wins. And looking at this crap and having to tell you that it's good, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So now we end up with A&M having to look at this committee going, we could probably deal with you just telling us you think IU is better. But telling us that you were docking us for beating the crap out of a team you ranked in the top 25, grounds for your removal. Get them the hell up out of here. You know, I could put together a better committee than this right here, right now, man. You put me here, you put Joel there, you put Nick there, Coach there, Saban there. My God, dude. Barry Alvarez, that's what you really want to do? Like, you got people that pay attention. Greg can do this. McElroy can do this. I don't want to just be picking out Fox people. Like, we got better minds for this than the people they put on this committee, man. Bunk. And then Mac Rhodes was unprepared for the, hey, why is it Texas Tech at number 14? You should have that answer. Let me tell you something. As a man who professionally ranks football teams, you have to have an answer for in either direction. So if you have somebody ranked at 14, you better have an answer for why they're not at 10 or 19, 18. If you got somebody at 1, you better have an answer for why they're not at 4. You got to think through all of these things because you're going to have people coming with you with wild ad hominem attacks, man. People are going to straw man the hell out of everything you say. You have to have the goods. I'm telling you, as a reformed PhD dropout, the one thing that I know I was good at, that I am good at, I can build an argument, I can perform rhetoric, and I can win a debate. These folks can't even form an argument. Some of y'all remember me from 97.1 FM here in Tulsa locally. And you'll remember the tagline of the show. Build an argument. This is Sports Talk Radio, not your daddy's Facebook page. You coming at me as a host with a question? Great, awesome. Love to entertain your question. Love to have people asking good faith questions and have good faith dialogue. It's not about fighting all the time. But you're coming sideways with a wild take, you better have some support for it. You better have some evidence. You better have some empirical data. Because your good feeling ain't getting it done for me. And I feel like that's the whole thing about what we got going on with these folks, dog. It's a whole bunch of good feeling in this room. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. So, to the good feeling in this room, what in the blue hell is Miami doing at number 15? Make me understand, Mac. Make me understand. That's the best ACC team? That one? The one that went to SMU and got beat down was the first top 10 team to take a loss to Southern Methodist at Gerald Ford since 1974. Same team that got handed its behind by Louisville, ranked as the AP's number 2. So you're going to rank Miami ahead of Louisville, even though the head-to-head is right there. You know who won. Scoreboard said Louisville, W, Miami, L. I hate this, man, because it undermines what makes American sport great. It undermines it. The scoreboard is all. The scoreboard matters. The scoreboard tells every story. Did you win them all? Then you can be the champ. That's what it's about. Did they beat you straight up? Like the idea that you could have a championship fight and somebody beat let's say Sonny Liston did beat Muhammad Ali. Let's say it happened. No, you know what? Frig it. We'll stay with it. Muhammad Ali beat Sonny Liston, and then they handed Sonny Liston the belt. What? No. That would not happen. That would not happen. So why is it happening now? Why is Miami getting the benefit of being the best team in the ACC above Georgia Tech, Virginia, Louisville, Pitt. I hate this stuff, man. I really do, because I end up screaming and yelling about things that I thought were understood. I don't expect to be having these discussions. I expect to be having better discussions. Like, yo, so at what point are we just going to force Notre Dame to join a conference? And the answer to that question is when NBC stops paying them money. Like, that's the answer to the question. Like, Notre Dame secured what I think is one of the best television agreements of all time. That is, they've been able to renew each and every time it comes up. They're good for NBC. NBC's good for them. It works. But that's the reason, right? That's why they're independents in football and ACC members in everything else. Right? They don't want to share that. And I wouldn't want to share that if I were them. It's good business. It's really good business. It's phenomenal business. But until you can find a way to crack that by, say, I don't know, forming up a conference of elites, say 40 teams, they're going to keep doing what they're going to keep doing. Until it starts to hurt them financially, they're going to do what they're going to do. And that's across the board. Meanwhile, I'm looking at this Miami team who lost to Louisville. Louisville who won the head-to-head but also lost to Cal. I get it. Georgia Tech, who's a one-loss team. I think they're better than people give them credit for. Pittsburgh, who I think might be the best team in that league. I'm not kidding. Virginia, it's a Chandler Morris question at this point. And they always felt like they were a little bit too close to the sun. But, still, they should be right there. Meanwhile, I'm going, what does Mack Rhoades have to say about all of this? So what Mack Rhoades had to say was the ACC ain't got no good non-conference wins. Said the best non-conference win they got is Miami versus Notre Dame. And I'm like, so you're telling me that the ACC beating up on itself pales in comparison to the Big Ten and the SEC beating up on itself, to the Big 12 beating up on itself. That what you're saying? Because you got Utah at 13. Yeah, Utah at 13. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Matthew, I see your question. I made that segment. You can go check that out, dog. We don't need to talk about that one right here, right now. Let's see. Oh, the last one I want to get to. G6 representation, but it's the wrong team. Like, I'm glad to see a G6 team in there, but South Florida? Yo, to put it another way. James Madison has not lost a conference game. South Florida has. Okay? James Madison, one-loss team. Their loss is to a ranked Louisville. That's why I had them in the top 25. Unlike, say, Southern Miss, who's also having a fantastic year. But they've got worse losses. You've also got other teams that have not taken losses in conference play, including Kennesaw State and Jacksonville State, but they ain't ranked either. North Texas, I think, might be the best of the American, and they're nowhere near this discussion. I don't know that this committee knows what the hell it's doing. That's what I'm getting at. I don't know that they come to a consensus. I think they end up having somebody who probably is a loud voice and a loud character in the room that is able to sway votes the old-fashioned way when we had these closed-door meetings and whatnot. People talk about, I recuse myself because, well, we talk about Michigan. I went to Michigan. That ain't it. That ain't it. As a guy who sat on selection committees and been the dude that's stumping for a player to win an award, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Usually people just get worn down or worn out. It's a lot like being on a jury for a court. You can't leave that place until you get unanimous. And usually a hung jury is just one person that just ain't going along. Just not going along. And then you get your mistrial. I think that's what's going on with these folks. It's another reason I don't like committees. I would love to see a 2014 playoff where everybody knows these are the rules. This is how you get through, right? If you're one of the four best teams, according to this Big Ten proposal that's been going out, I've actually been writing a lot about this at Fox Sports. One of the four best teams in your Power 4 league, you're going to get in. 2 G6 spots, going to get in. 6 at-large spots for the committee to do what the hell it is they want to do. Okay, cool. The FCS, I think they've got a great system. Every conference champion gets in as an automatic qualifier. Then you rank the rest. That could work. But given that this committee loves a team that loses more than it loves a team that wins, I won't hold my breath. All right. That is going to do it for tonight's live episode of Adapt and Respond. If you like the live episode, let me know in the comments below. Appreciate y'all listening to the story about SeatGeek. We'll hear a couple of more here along the way, and I will see y'all on the flip side. Doses.